folks, welcome back to another Practice With Me video. My name is Jenny Seelig and I am sometimes known as New Uke, New York. That's my social media handle in most places. And I have started making videos in this series that are not play-alongs per se, but are live streamed practice sessions for me so that I can stay on top of the songs that I lead in 4 monthly jam sessions that are online, which are free and open to the public, 2 of which are more for beginners, but of course anyone can join us, and 2 of which are more mixed level, and we talk about some more intermediate ideas in those arrangements. But so since I lead those jams and we now have over 125 songs between the 2 songbooks that I have, one mixed level and one beginner, I thought I'd better start to practice a little bit more thoughtfully and regularly. So I'm sharing some of these practice sessions with y'all, and I'm just marching my way through my songbooks, both the mixed level one and the beginner one, and sharing those sessions. I'm also taking notes, which reminds me I should get out a pencil and a piece of paper so that I can take notes as I come to things that I would like to change. Sorry, might make a little noise on the mic here as I move some things around, trying to find my post-it notes to take some notes. I want to be able to fix things and make things more readable, more usable in my songbooks. And so as I go through these, I am making notes of how I would like to change and adjust my song sheet. So again, you won't be able to necessarily play through every song with me, but I've heard from my patrons on Patreon, as well as some other people who are watching and listening, that these can be useful and interesting, and I'm going to continue posting them as long as they're useful to a couple of people, and as long as I'm able to do them. So I wanted to do another one today. So without a lot more fanfare, I'm just going to get right into the playing in the beginner songbook this time, and I'm working through version 4 right now. But as I've said in the other videos in this series, if I add songs that come alphabetically before songs that I've already played, I will go back and I'll put those in the new videos. I should mention, I'm going to do something kind of special today. I brought out my banjo ukulele, which I haven't played in a while, and it's strung just like a regular high G ukulele. And since I haven't played it in a while, I'm not sure how well it's going to stay in tune, but we'll try to keep it in tune. This is by Duke, and I don't know yet whether Duke is back up and running selling instruments. I won this in a contest online, and it's a really nice banjo ukulele, but during the pandemic they stopped selling, and I'm hoping they will get back up and running. But if they don't, there are other banjo ukes out there if you're interested. So I'll be playing all the songs that I play today on this, which will be a good test of like what songs sound better on banjo and what songs don't. But the practice is the same, although this does have nylon strings, so it won't be quite the same as playing some of my instruments with the fluorocarbon strings. I still thought, for a novelty, let's get it out, let's try it, and we'll see how it sounds. And you can let me know in the comments if there were songs you thought were particularly well suited to banjo ukulele. All right, you might see behind me too, I've got a real banjo, a 5-string banjo that my grandfather actually made many years ago, and I am very slowly learning to play it, but I'm not particularly good at it, which is why I tend to stick to ukulele on this channel for sure, and in my general playing as well. All right, so let's look at Come Away With Me in the beginner packet. I'm not going to put the chords on the screen, but you can get this packet free on a public post on my Patreon. There are lots of them. There's a tag that says Songbook, and you can get the posts that way. You can also get them on my website, New Uke, New York, and just scroll all the way down on the chord charts page, and there's packets at the bottom. So, but I like to leave the screen view open in these so that you can see my hands and what they're doing, in case that is helpful to anybody. So I will not share the chords on screen, which we do share the chords on screen during my regular 4 monthly play-alongs. So if you haven't joined me yet in one of those, I hope you will. All right, so let's do this one again. Since we're in the beginner packet, I'm going to approach everything from the beginner angle and how I would lead it in a beginner play-along. And I'm going to, let's see here, I'm going to do the strumming option. And I'm just gonna, for this one, I'm just gonna do the beginner level strum, not the optional one that Cynthia lists on this chord sheet, because this is a Cynthia Lynn arrangement. So I will do a down, 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 up. And I'd probably tell my beginners that if you can only do, if that last up escapes you, sometimes I find myself just doing down, down, down. So if you don't catch that last up, that's okay. Here's the intro. Come away with me in the night. Come away with me and I will write you a song. Come away with me on a bus. Come away where they can't tempt us with their lies. And I want to walk with you on a cloudy day in fields where the yellow grass grows knee-high. So won't you try to come away with me and we'll kiss on a mountain top. Come away with me and I'll never stop loving you. And I want to wake up with the rain falling on a tin roof while I'm safe there in your arms. So all I ask is for you to come away with me in the night. Come away with me. All right. I mean, it's a Cynthia Lynn arrangement, so I don't have to make any changes to that chord chart, and that's a beautiful thing. Cynthia is a master at making those arrangements easy to follow. They look good on the page. It's just a pleasure to play them. All right, so let's look at the next one, which is one of mine, which might have some mistakes in it, and this is Crucify by Tori Amos. A great song, one that I was surprised could work for beginners. It's pretty simple chords, and so I'm not going to do a lot of fancy things with the strumming for this play along or play through for myself right now. Keep it simple, and I'm going to do rock strum, I think is how I usually do it with my beginners. So maybe slow it down just a little bit. Oh, but I'll start with these single strums. Every finger in the room is pointing at me. This is weird to do on banjo. I want to spit in their faces, then I get afraid of what that could bring. I got a pummel in my stomach, I got a desert in my mouth. Figures that my courage would choose to sell out now. I've been looking for a savior in these dirty streets, looking for a savior beneath these dirty sheets. I've been raising up my hands, driving another nail in, just what God needs, one more victim. Oops. Gotta have my suffering so that I can have my cross. I know a cat named Easter, he says, will you ever learn? You're just an empty cage, girl, if you kill the bird. Why do we crucify ourselves every day? I crucify myself. Nothing I do is good enough for you. Crucify myself every day. I crucify myself. My heart is sick of being. Said my heart is sick of being in chains. Page turn. Please believe. Save me. Looking for a savior in these dirty streets. Looking for a savior beneath these dirty sheets. I've been raising up my hands, drive another nail in. Where's those angels when you need them? Why do we crucify ourselves every day? I crucify myself. Nothing I do is good enough for you. Crucify myself every day. I crucify myself. My heart is sick of being. Said my heart is sick of being in chains. Why do we crucify ourselves? I missed the F. Every day. Sometimes when I'm feeling it, I get carried away. Okay, the only thing I don't like about that chord chart is the page turn comes in an awkward spot. So I'm going to write myself a note, crucify, page turn. I just need to shift it a little bit. And that'll be an easy fix. Soon I need to sit down and make all of these changes I've been promising myself I would. I've got a whole pile of these post-it notes to go through. I will do it soon. All right, next one in the songbook is Down in the Meadow, and since we're doing this from the beginner angle, I will not do the riff, but when I play this for the mixed level songbook, I do the riff. So I'll do the, let's see, I'll keep the single strum sections, and then maybe I will say, if people are having trouble with the pluck down up, that they can just do a down, down, up, and maybe I'll try it that way this time. I don't know if I've actually done it that time. The knocking's going to be interesting on my banjo uke, but I do often encourage the beginners to try the knocks because that's an easy-ish percussive element to add. It still takes a little coordination, but we'll try it. All right. When Mr. Southwind sighs in the pines, old Mr. Winter whimpers and whines. Down in the meadow, under the snow, April is teaching green things to grow. When Mr. West Wind hums in the glade, old Mr. Summer of June, when Mr. East Wind shouts overhead, then all the leaves turn yellow and red. Down in the meadow, corn stalks are high, pumpkins are ripe and ready for pie. Old Lady Blackbird flirts with the scarecrows, Scarecrow is waving at the moon. Old Mr. Moon makes hearts everywhere go bump, bump, with the magic of June, when Mr. North Wind roars on the breeze, old Father Christmas trims all the trees. Down in the meadow, snow softly gleams, earth goes to sleep and smiles in her dreams. I like that song. It's pretty. All right. Ooh, Draggin the Line is next. Just 2 chords. I like to do the chuck. I mean, some beginners are working on chucks and some are not. I'm going to play this one with the chuck just because it's so much more fun. But a beginner who is not playing a chuck yet, just do down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You can kind of pulse the second one like it has a chuck. Making a living the old hard way, taking and giving by day by day. I dig snow and rain and bright sunshine. Dragging the line, dragging the line. My love Sam eats purple flowers. Ain't got much, but we got sours. We dig snow and rain and bright sunshine. Dragging the line, dragging the line, dragging the line, dragging the line. I feel fine. I'm talking about peace of mind. I'm gonna take my time. I'm getting a good sign. Dragging the line, dragging the line, dragging the line, dragging the line. Loving the free and feeling the spirit of hugging a tree when you get near it. Digging the snow and rain and bright sunshine. Dragging the line, dragging the line, dragging the line, dragging the line. I feel fine. I'm talking about peace of mind. I'm gonna take my time. I'm getting a good sign. Dragging the line, dragging the line, dragging the line, dragging the line. La 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 la. Dragging the line, dragging the line, dragging the line, dragging the line. That's fun on Banjo Uke. I noticed while I was playing that my microphone is peaking in terms of the sound intake. It's going red. And I'm hoping that I didn't blow out the sound on the video that I'm recording. I'm going to see if I can change a little bit. I'm going to see if I can do a little bit to the audio setting here, just so that maybe if I did blow out the sound, if I've been doing that on these songs all along, maybe it won't be so hard to listen to. Let's try this here. Oh, that's better. I turned the volume down a little bit on my computer, on Zoom. All right, next song, oh, it's Edelweiss. I'm not going to be doing this one super loud anyway. Cynthia Lynn chart. It has maybe a few more chords than beginners, like early beginners would like, but it isn't a hard song and it goes so slowly. This isn't one that's in a lot of Cynthia's materials anymore, but she did release it to the public at one point and I love it, and so I put it here in my songbook. And I'm going to do the beginner strum with the pick, which is just plucking the G, which I think is a nice thing for beginners to try, because look, I just played the C accidentally there while I was talking to you, and it's fine. If you keep holding this right chord, you can play any of the strings by accident and it'll still sound nice. Alright, so I'll do this one here. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright, you look happy to meet me, blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Short and sweet. Alright, let's see. How long has this video been so far? About 23 minutes. I'll do a couple more. Next is Dreams, which we often do in the play-alongs online. Just 2 chords. It's a nice one to practice memorization on, actually, because you only have 2 chords and they're the same order all the way through. Nothing tricky happens. I'm going to do the checking island here. Well, I'll do both. For beginners, you know, again, like I said before, not everybody's checking. So I'm going to start with regular island strum, another Cynthia Lynn chart, so I won't have to make any adjustments to it, which is nice. This is like a freebie for me. I'm going to check on the choruses. So here's the intro. It's another weird one on banjo ukulele, right? One more of those. Now here you go again, you say, want your freedom. Who am I to keep you down? face the whole time, bothering me. All right, farther along. Ooh, this one I bet is nice because it's kind of Appalachian sounding. Old gospel hymn. I will not do the key change. Wait, I should do the key change. I don't have it written both ways. We do need to do the key change in this one. There's another one that you do not need to do the key change, but the chords aren't harder in the key change here, so we'll do the key change. Tempted and tried. It's farther along. We're oft made to wonder why in short day thus all the day long, while there are others living above. saw something I wanted to change, and you heard it in the lyrics. I want to do further along. I want to add sister in the second, the end, cheer up my sister. And I've been inconsistent on how many chords should come at the end of the second line. Wait, I did it in the chorus only. Okay. So it should be, I played it wrong then. Faithful till death, said our loving master. A few more days to labor and wait. Toils off. I added an extra one when I played it through just now, but I should play it as written and only add the extra A7 or G7 on the second line of the chorus. That's good that I refreshed my memory on this one. This one doesn't get requested a lot in jams, which is understandable because it is a religious song, and not everybody shares that theology, but I think it's such a cool song that I will continue to play it. I don't think, you have to agree with the theology of every song you play, especially with some of these old hymns, but not everyone has to enjoy it either, and so if nobody requests it, that's fine too. All right, so I should stop soon. I'm going to stop with, I can't decide whether to do one more or two more. I think I'm going to do two more. I'm going to stop with Firework. So I'm going to do Fields of Gold and then Firework. For this song, Fields of Gold, I often recommend that beginners try the simplest picking pattern I know that uses multiple strings, that uses all four strings, I should say. G, C, E, A, G, C, E, A. Or G, C, E, A. You can make it half as fast. I will do what I sometimes do in our play-alongs, and I will play the slow version for the first couple of stanzas, and then I'll switch to the faster. You can play either one all the way through the song. You'll remember me when the west wind moves, upon the leaf fields of barley. I'm off to a bad start. I'm going to start again. Don't tell Sting I played this on banjo ukulele. I don't know if he'd approve. We'll do this again. You'll remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley. You'll forget the sun in his jealous sky as we walk in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze awhile upon the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? We'll forget the sun in his jealous sky as we lie in fields of gold. See the west wind move like a lover's soul upon the fields of barley. Feel her body rise when you kiss her mouth among the fields of gold. I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I have broken, but I swear in the days still left we'll walk in fields of gold. Oh my, sirens. Many years have passed since those summer days among the fields of barley. See the children run as the sun goes down among the fields of gold. You'll remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky that we walked in fields of gold. 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 fast. If you're trying to play along with that, you can slow it down using that gear icon on YouTube. I was excited to, I didn't want to make this video too long. I was excited to do that song, but I'm excited that the next song is the last one, so that this video will end and you won't feel like you have an interminable amount of me practicing. This has been a great chunk of this songbook, though. I've really enjoyed all these songs. And there's some in here we haven't played in a while, and I hope will come up again in a jam soon. So if you join my jams, let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to playing next, and feel free to request it when we get into the next one. We have one coming up on a Saturday still this month, and then I'll post the October dates soon. Of course, you could be watching this long into the future, but so far I'm having them 4 times a month. I'm going to do this, the rock strum. I'll do that intro again. I'm new to learning this song, so I hope I don't mess the vocals up. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under screams, but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance for you, 'cause there's a spark in you, you just gotta ignite the light and let it shine just on the night, like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em know, as you shoot across the sky. Oh, sorry, I keep going. I get distracted because she says more like an ah than o, and I want to change that. But I've already made some notes of things I want to change on this because we played it in a couple of our play-alongs recently, and I just need to make myself, I'm just going to right now make myself the note to do a couple of changes. Okay, sorry. I got distracted. The chorus continues. Baby, you're a firework. Come and let your colors burst. Make 'em know, you're gonna leave 'em all in awe. You don't have to feel like a waste of space. Your original cannot be replaced. If you only knew what the future holds, after a hurricane comes a rainbow. Maybe your reason why all the doors are closed, so you could open one that leads you to the perfect road. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will blow, and when it's time you'll know, you just gotta ignite the light and let it shine just on the night, like the 4th of July. Page turn. Baby, you're a firework. Come and show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em know, as you shoot across the sky. ending on the C. End on the C, not the G. Single strum on the C. Cool. All right, so I always say these are going to be shorter than they are, but I really had a good time practicing today. I hope if someone made it this far that you enjoyed listening, watching, playing along. More of these I did not make huge mistakes in, so hopefully if you did want to play along, you were able to for most of them. I have covers of all these songs also on YouTube, so you can also play along with those, although sometimes the tuning of my instrument changes a little for my voice. Like when I make a cover, I'm worried less about how other people would play along, and so I might tune my instrument up or down a little bit, or change the key entirely from what these songbook charts say. And I talk about that more in my transposition series, which if you're watching this in 2022 September, I have a couple more videos I promised you on that, and I am going to get back to them very soon. I have to say thank you to my patrons who make series like this possible and who support me and encourage me and are the reason I can take time away from my freelance day jobs that don't have anything to do with ukulele to do this. So thank you, patrons. If anybody wants to join us and support me for a month or more, feel free over on Patreon. I always put a link in the description. I almost always put a link in the description, but you can find me on Patreon and also on my website, New Uke New York, and also on Instagram at New Uke New York. And even if you never give me any monetary support, I still appreciate you very much for encouraging me and supporting me and watching these videos, and people leave such nice comments. I always like to hear what you're working on, what you'd love to hear me play or teach, a song in my songbook that's giving you a lot of trouble that you'd love for me to do a standalone tutorial on. I do have these one-take tutorials that I do. I'm always looking for topics and songs to teach in those. And my goal for the remainder of this year and 2023 is really to up the amount of free material that I have on on YouTube, as well as to start doing a few more patron bonus lessons, maybe one a month to start out. That will also give a good perk for people joining me over on Patreon. So, but there already are some good perks and things over there. So feel free to come on over if you like. If not, I'll see you here on YouTube or on Instagram. And again, I just thank you and thanks for watching this video. And I will see you again. Have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are.